So this reality is a school, and there are ways to graduate. The school is called Earth and is an anagram for heart. We came here to create ourselves through love and to be greater than the body, ego, mind, and its parasites. And the Earth density heightens the lower vibrational emotions such as shame, guilt, fear, anxiety, desire, etc. And presidents represent each nation energetically, and they already know the next 3 presidents. Politics is a manifestation of action and reaction. Judging of actions is only created on linear timelines. That is why we have to learn to become neutral. This reality doesn't belong to us. We are all strangers here. When we interfere with this reality, we have no idea who we are messing with, because there are ways to leave this game, but not to change it. That is the purpose of this reality. This reality is a video game, a simulation, a computer program to evolve consciousness. And this reality has a purpose, and we can exit it through the mind, because humanity follows those who save themselves. So we live on an illusion of the Earth. There are roughly 7.5 billion people on Earth, and 2.5 billion are real, and 5 billion are projections, which are copies of someone right now, which can be parents, siblings, friends, etc. And your parents are mirrors of your mind and heart. Men, fathers represent your mind, and mothers your heart. For women, mothers represent your mind, fathers your heart. They are mirrors of how you think and feel about self. These projections are also called NPCs, or non-player characters, who do not have a soul due to being unconscious of the programming of their mind. So you must ask yourself, are you an NPC or creator of reality? And our life is composed of 30,000 holograms which appear in our auric field. Yesterday doesn't exist. It is just our attachment to that hologram that you've experienced. And if we hold on to a past hologram, we are draining energy and taking life force that could be used for today. And whatever's happened to you already can never happen again once you learn from that lesson. We have to stop looking outside of ourselves for change, but within. Because remember, the purpose of this reality is not to change it, but to change ourselves. This is a spiritual school, and the greatest legends are all about love. It is the greatest, most magical and powerful energy there is. So this is what we came here to learn. We are playing the cosmic video game, and this is how the game is played. To all men and women, we will experience thousands of threats to happiness and inner peace. Fire, flood, epidemics, earthquakes, disease and disaster, war, and the threat of annihilation. Now, these are just the outer threats. Within the psychic inner world, there are also multitudes of weakness, imperfections, selfishness, stupidity, envy, hate, evil, and greed that create pain to themselves and those around them. Infinite distractions from playing the single most important game of life. You are playing the game of creating you, a divine director, a creator of reality. And we create and heal ourselves through the most powerful energy in the universe, love, which is also known as silence. And our soul lives next to our heart and records everything we experience. And our spirit, or double, holds our body together within our energetic egg and auric field, which transmits our reality roughly 70 centimeters or 28 inches in front of you. What we can't see is all black, a void, because without a mirror, have you ever seen behind you? And all feelings of happiness is from the soul. Any feelings of distress are due to the body and ego mind. And our spirit must be developed, and we develop it by choosing to be it. It too needs its food. It needs us to be it and to develop it. And when we encourage positive states of consciousness, external conditions must change. We are all here to become God, the divine director, a creator of life, as we coexist with dark entities and a psychotic mind. You must want a lofty, magnificent dream more than anything and be willing to be that. You must have the ability to dream beyond the boundaries and limitation of common man and believe you can accomplish it. That is what it means to be spiritual, to heal your body, love your mind, and express your soul. If we don't do this, then we have not taken our power back. This is the training. When you have received the full initiation of the spiritual discipline and you can accomplish it, this connection to divine spirit, you can manifest anything in your hand instantly. Money, bread, wine, anything. Then you are entered into heaven, because then there is nothing you cannot do. And once you do that, you will never go back to being a regular human again. You will never die because you have lived. Then you are finished here. Then you are on to a new adventure. And the adventure that lies beyond this place are grander and more spectacular than you can imagine. And I like to show you a film to better understand the nature of this reality and the type of simulation that we are in. We have a user interface called the body, hardware called the mind, and because it is a game, we also have an opponent. Your content rating is based on your state of consciousness, your belief in self. The goal of this simulation is not to win or become famous, but to exit it because it is not real. This reality is a matrix of thought itself, a dualistic video game, and that video game is created by the ego mind. The design of the human mind is comparable to a video game in which the brain is the hardware that is capable of playing any software programs fed into it, and the hardware is, by design, incapable of protecting itself from false information, and the mind then believes any software program with which society is programmed for it, as it is innocently without any safeguard or protection. And the mind is contaminated by emotions, feelings, prejudices, blind spots, denials, projections, paranoia, phobias, fears, regrets, guilt, worries, and anxieties, along with fearsome specters of poverty, old age, sickness, death, failure, rejection, loss, and disaster. Everyone's secret believes that their view of the world is correct and any other view is wrong. The world we witness is merely the drama of the collective egos acting out in the perceptual stage of form and time. We are never experiencing the true reality, but the ego's interpretation of reality. And I like to show you a film that better symbolizes a deeper understanding of this ego mind and all its entrapments called thought. I am only showing you the truth, which might be a hard pill to swallow, but when understood, it will change your consciousness.
And Dr. Newman, you're also an epidemiologist. I presume the prospect of a viral pandemic keeps you up at night as well?
No.
No?
No.
All right, well, that's our show.
No, mankind has been at war with the virus from the start. Sometimes millions of people die, as in an actual war, but in the end, we always win.
But you, just to be clear, you do think microorganisms pose a threat?
Oh, in the most dire terms.
Bacteria?
No.
You like saying no?
Yes.
Not bacteria, not viruses, so...
Fungus. Yes, that's the usual response. Fungi seem harmless enough. Many species know otherwise, because there are some fungi who seek not to kill, but to control. Let me ask you, where do we get LSD from?
Where do you get it from?
It comes from ergot, a fungus. Psilocybin, also a fungus. Viruses can make us ill, but fungi can alter our very minds. There's a fungus that infects insects, gets inside an ant, for example, travels through its circulatory system to the ant's brain, and then floods it with hallucinogens, thus bending the ant's mind to its will. The fungus starts to direct the ant's behavior, telling it where to go, what to do, like a puppeteer with a marionette. And it gets worse. The fungus needs food to live, so it begins to devour its host from within, replacing the ant's flesh with its own. But it doesn't let its victim die, no. It keeps its puppet alive by preventing decomposition. How? Where do we get penicillin from?
Fungus.
Oh.
Dr. Schoenheis, you're in distress.
Fungal infection of this kind is real, but not in humans.
True, fungi cannot survive if its host's internal temperature is over 94 degrees. And currently there are no reasons for fungi to evolve to be able to withstand higher temperatures. But what if that were to change? What if, for instance, the world were to get slightly warmer? Well, now, there is reason to evolve. One gene mutates, and an Ascomycetia, Candida, ergot, Cordyceps, Aspergillus, any one of them could become capable of burrowing into our brains and taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us. Billions of puppets with poisoned minds, permanently fixed on one unifying goal: to spread the infection to every last human alive by any means necessary. And there are no treatments for this, no preventatives, no cures. They don't exist. It's not even possible to make them.
So if that happens...
we lose.
I was really shocked when I found out that this is something that affects every single living human, in fact, every single living organism on the face of the earth. You could be leading a healthy lifestyle, you could be jogging, eating raw food, taking vitamins, and all those kind of things, but these guys don't care. These guys are persistent, they're dangerous, they're deadly, they've been around for millions of years, they know what they're doing, and they're inside of all of us, and we're constantly being exposed to what's going on, and it's going on inside every one of us, and this is something that we all need to take very seriously.
This is not science fiction. This is scary, it's real, and it's serious. Monsters living inside us, they eat our bodies and control our emotions, urges, and thoughts.
As a colon hydrotherapist for approximately 21 years now, you wouldn't believe what I see coming out of people's bodies.
This is not just a third world country thing. Everybody has them. Even normal people with lots of money living in suburbia who take showers 3 times a day. If you eat sushi, you have parasites. 1 square inch of raw sushi meat can contain 10,000 parasite larvae and eggs that begin hatching inside you the minute you eat it. The most common kind is tapeworms, which can grow to 60 feet long and live in your intestines for decades. If you have pets, you are guaranteed to have parasites. It doesn't matter if you're vegetarian, raw foodist, vegan, or macrobiotic. Even the healthiest and richest people on earth have parasites. You can't kill them all, only control them, because our bodies have trillions of cells which rely on helpful bacteria like probiotics to work right. If we kill all the organisms in our body, we kill ourselves. The secret is to keep the bad guys to a minimum. Make our bodies so healthy and clean, the undesirable guests won't want to stick around. Parasites are living alien creatures who live off of others. They eat your food, they poop their waste inside you, making your blood, lymph, and tissues toxic. Common signs of parasites are you're tired a lot, sleeping problems, constant itching, weakness, headaches, lack of appetite, or hungry all the time, especially for sweet foods and carbs. Flu-like symptoms, depression, skin problems, acne, arthritis, joint pains, eczema, dermatitis, sinus problems, breathing and lung problems like pneumonia, then uncontrollable coughing, lumps under the skin, cysts, diarrhea and constipation, sometimes alternating back and forth, mucus in your stool, irritable bowel syndrome, stomach aches, cramps, digestion problems, nausea, overly dry lips, vision and eye problems, gas, bloating. Parasites can burrow into your brain and cause nerve damage and eye problems. They can multiply so much in your gut what you think is fat may in fact be entire nests of parasites. Parasites can even contribute to infertility and childbirth difficulty.
Subject to this, like it or not, it's a fact.
Tests done at funeral homes show that 97% of the body fluids in people were totally consumed with parasites and worms. Scientists are just beginning to discover exactly how powerful and disturbing these hidden monsters can be. Our cells are controlled by chemical signals. Parasites emit a chemical that directly affects our behavior, thoughts, decisions, and urges. Are you willing to do what it takes to free yourself from something that's controlling you from inside? Who's in charge, you or them?
Because there is a great war coming. All conscious beings are engaged in a battle already, though not all of us know it. The enemy's power is growing stronger every minute, and you have the weapon that will enable us to win.